Once upon a time, in a quaint little neighborhood, nestled between a sunny hill and a babbling brook, there was a clubhouse where 3 friends, Mickey, Minnie, and Donald, spent most of their time. And everything was fine until Goofy decided to invent a cheese detection security bot. Goofy proudly presented his invention to his friends. He called it the Cheddar 3000. It was equipped with a giant magnifying glass, sirens, flashing lights, and a glue gun that shot straight bolts of superglue. The bot scanned people's faces, and if it detected even a trace of cheese, it would shriek, "Incoming dairy!" and fire at them with the glue gun. It was quite accurate actually, but also very inconvenient. The next day, Mickey woke up on his ceiling. Apparently, he had fallen asleep while thinking about cheese dreams. You know, the ones with those little holes. He slowly made his way down, landing right in front of Cheddar 3000. "Good morning, sunshine," Mickey said with a weary smile. "Morning, Mickey," the bot replied, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "You have cheese on your face." Mickey looked confused. He hadn't put on any cheese since that unfortunate incident last night. The bot started beeping suspiciously. "Cheese criminal detected!" it shouted, firing a warning shot at Mickey, who dove out the window just in time to avoid being glued to the wall. Turns out the cheese wasn't on his face. It was on his shirt, a tiny piece of cheddar from yesterday's sandwich, which he had completely forgotten about. It was enough for the bot to go into hyperdrive. Mickey ran as fast as he could towards Minnie's house. Maybe she could help, but when he got there, he found her frantically searching through her fridge. "Minnie, is everything okay?" Mickey asked out of breath. "I don't know," Minnie cried. "Someone has stolen my secret cheese stash. How could this happen?" Mickey felt his heart sink. He knew how much this cheese meant to Minnie, especially since she couldn't have any. Of the regular stuff because of her lactose intolerance, she had discovered a special kind of cheese, a cheese so mild and refined that it wouldn't give her tummy trouble. This cheese was her life. Then Mickey noticed something strange, a single purple glove lying on the floor. He picked it up. It was Goofy's glove. Wait a second, could Goofy have taken Minnie's cheese? And why? Suddenly, the clubhouse door burst open, and there stood Goofy, holding a giant block of cheese. His eyes were wide and innocent. Did somebody say cheese? He asked. The Cheddar 3000 scanned Goofy and let out a deafening screech. "Cheese! Criminal detected!" it roared, firing at Goofy, who promptly tripped over his own feet and sent the cheese flying. It landed right on top of the Cheddar 3000. The bot froze, then it started beeping again. This time its tone was different, reverent almost. "Oh, great cheese in the sky!" it whispered, its eyes fixated on the cheese block. "Is this a miracle?" Goofy, taking this moment to recover from his shock, quickly reprogrammed the bot to worship cheese as a deity. Now the Cheddar 3000 spent its days begging for cheese crumbs and its nights singing odes to the glorious dairy product. Mickey and Minnie couldn't believe their luck. Finally, the bot wasn't dangerous anymore, but they still needed to find the real cheese thief. So Mickey went to the one place he knew Donald would be, the local detective agency. Donald was, as usual, busy being a world-class detective, or at least he would have been if anyone had called him for help. Instead, he was examining a pencil that had mysteriously rolled off his desk. Aha! He exclaimed dramatically. The pencil moved by itself. Mickey explained the situation to Donald, and the two of them set off to Minnie's house. Donald, naturally, took charge. He put on his deerstalker hat, adjusted his magnifying glass, and started asking questions. After interviewing the local plants and furniture, they found some real clues. The cheese hadn't just disappeared. Someone had carried it out of the house and left a trail of crumbs leading into the woods. Mickey and Donald followed the trail, arriving at a clearing with a pond in the middle. And what do they see? The Cheddar 3000 sitting on a rock by the pond, meditating and surrounded by cheese rinds. As soon as it saw Mickey, though, it freaked out and started screaming for the cheese police. Mickey had had enough. He threw a small rock at the bot, startling it. Then he grabbed a hold of its antenna and yelled, "Where did you get all this cheese?" The bot panicked, accidentally spilling a large amount of water from the nearby pond, ruining its concentration. This gave Mickey the opening he needed. He coaxed the bot into the center of the clearing by promising it more cheese. When it was in the middle of the clearing, Mickey set his trap. He took out the decoy wheel of cheddar, the same kind that had ruined the bot's earlier cheese meditation session. The bot stared at the cheese, its mind overwhelmed with visions of dairy glory. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, it pounced on the cheese. The ensuing explosion, which could have rivaled the big cheese, blew the bot up into a million tiny pieces. Mickey watched as the Cheddar 3000 slowly shut down, piece by piece. In the end, all that was left was a small pile of wires and a faint smell of burnt cheese. Mickey sighed. It was finally over. He walked back to town, leaving the cheese remains behind. He couldn't wait to tell Minnie the good news. Maybe he would even make her a grilled cheese sandwich. Just then, he heard a familiar voice. Well, 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 looks like someone's got a nice pile of cheese there. Mickey turned around to see Goofy standing behind him, a big goofy grin on his face. Say, wanna share it?